Welcome to Toffee TV. We have the exciting news that Sam Allardyce is the Everton manager. I said exciting news, Baz.
We've got a manager.
Yeah.
That's a start.
That's a starting point, isn't it? Let's just say Sam Allardyce splits.
Good way, put me.
He splits opinion in the fan base. Let's just start there.
Good way.
Listen, Sam Allardyce, whether you like him or hate him, has got a track record of coming into clubs, diagnosing the problems very quickly, and setting, or certainly putting that club on the path to sort that short-term problem out. And like it or hate it, or even hate it even more, that's what his remit is at Everton Football Club. And listen, I'll take that over the way I felt after the Southampton game.
And Atalanta.
And all those games.
Leicester,
and just
and Leon.
The desperation of thinking, we're going down.
That's 12 out of 17 games.
Yeah.
Or 12 out of 18
Exactly.
games.
So, if he can come in, put that right, start getting us to win games, then, I'll take that. Listen, he's done stupid things. Well, he's done one stupid thing in his past when he was the England manager.
At least
one. Well, one that we know about, allegedly. But that's his role, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think any of us would have believed we'd be sitting here in August or September discussing such a thing. But at a time when there's been Brexit and Trump and Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, and nothing surprises you anymore, does it? So we are where we are. I don't think any of us could have foreseen the drop off that Everton have done. We finished 7th last season. Okay, we lost Lukaku, we know that, but we knew that we'd be losing him from February. We lost. Let's be honest, we lost him in about March, didn't we? Ross Barkley.
Most seasons we lost him about March.
Ross Barkley, obviously, he's been a big miss, and Coleman and people like that. But I still don't believe anybody, hand on heart, taking the bias out of it, thought Everton would perform so badly, given the money they spent in the summer. But it's happened, and it doesn't matter how much money you spend or how good players look on paper and all of that. We're not a team at the moment, and we spoke to Andrzej Kanchelskis this week, and something he said, I don't know whether it resonated with you as well, but he was talking about dressing rooms where people sit with different people, and it wasn't a happy dressing room. So when he went to Everton, Joe Royle had, talking about Manchester United, when he went to Joe Royle at Everton, had them all quite happy, and they were able to get on with it, and it made it great, it made it better. Then he went to Fiorentina, and it was fractured again. And I think the Everton dressing room, I don't know, but I look at it and it looks like they don't look like they're all mates. And listen, how many people in a workplace do you go to and you're all mates, but you go in, you're civil to each other.
You only got one in the workplace.
You get on. You know what I mean? You go in and there's people you like when you were on the rail, but there'll be lads who you know, and you're alright, and there'll be other lads you think, you don't like him. But when in times of trouble, you, as a football team, you've all got to pull together. Remember Sheringham and Andy Cole hated each other, but on the pitch, they got on with it, set each other up, they got on with it and all that. And I just think at the moment, it's been really evident this season in the games we've lost that the players they are looking after themselves, they are giving it all. How many times are you seeing this? And no one's grabbing each other going, come on, let's do this. And if he does anything, he's good at fostering that. We're kind of all in it together.
Weeding out some of the I think he's big enough to weed out some of the the bad influences, let's say, and maybe. You're right. Maybe just trying to bring people together.
We've got a squad of about 26 players, I think, or 27 players. The majority of that squad doesn't play. Okay, so you've got to find a way. I was listening to Gary Rowett on TalkSport today talking about it, saying it's the hardest job in football now, the hardest aspect of their job, trying to keep the non-playing players happy so that they don't become a distraction to the others, you know, and things like that. And I think when you're winning, it's a lot easier, obviously, because you're winning and you've got a ready-made excuse. You're not getting in the team because we're winning. There's been new players come in, there's been pockets appearing. Was there a clear plan from Ronald Koeman? Where was the clear instruction about the games? Now, what he will do, he said this the other week, you know, when he was courting the job and everything else. What I'll do is I'll go in, I'll have a pint of wine, and then I'll go first thing I'm doing. That'll sort me.
Every morning.
My nerves. Get that down me. How am I going to sort this defence out? But what he said was, we'll get them, clear the ball, get the ball out of the danger zones, get into shape. And he went through a basic football manual of how to set a team up not to get beat. We all might look at it and go, this is basic, but you know what? We need to start winning games.
Do. I think as well, I think what's important is he has a remit of what he knows, a blueprint of what he knows needs to happen. Ronald Koeman come in and he's got an idea. Well, he had an idea of what he wanted to do to get us whatever.
To get us the Barcelona.
We'll get us into Europe, make us look great. And it didn't work. And then when it's like, I've got to win games now with pressure on, he couldn't do it. Andreas in charge, it's about going in there and doing a job when it's bad. He couldn't do it. That's the thing is, Allardyce knows how to do it, and for me that's the most important thing at the moment, because he'll come in and he'll go, right, I know how to win games, and I'm trying to think the right way to say that. It's like he knows how to do it, so it's like, if we get beat next week, don't worry, I just want to see the signs, don't worry. Whereas I think for other people that was like desperation. We've got to win this game, I'm setting us out to win this game. Whereas I get the feeling he'll be like, right, well, if we don't, because we've seen it at Sunderland and we've seen it at Palace. He doesn't go in, I think we've mentioned this before, he doesn't go in and give you that new manager bump.
I don't think anyone's made up to see it, that's right.
But he doesn't do that.
No,
what he does is he goes in and goes, right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, maybe he'll go, I'll assess it. Or he's probably already assessed it, he's had a month to assess it.
No, he's not made up.
He's had an eye on it, it's very clear he's had an eye on it. He'll go in and go, right, I've assessed this. This is what we're going to do. And we're going to do it every game. So, a bit like Roy Hodgson's done at Palace, where the first few games we were looking at going, nothing's changed here for them. But you've looked at the last few weeks and you've seen signs. I mean, we both said it before we played them. It wasn't an easy game because you could see signs of them. When they played against Spurs, they got beat, but they were better. And then against us, they dominated the game, and then they beat Stoke at the weekend, and they'll probably go on now. And I think that's the same with him. He'll get us playing one way, and he'll go, just keep doing what you're doing. So if you get beaten this game, it's okay. Don't be worrying. And we know how many games we need to win, and as long as you keep doing that, you'll get the wins. And I think.
And the other thing is, we've got good players.
Yeah, we have got good players.
Probably the best set of players he's ever worked with.
We just need to. They just need to be organised.
Yeah, they've got to be organised.
And you know what? For some players, they will love that. Especially defenders. Yeah, if defenders go in there and they're like... I imagine someone like Ashley Williams, if you just say to him, this is all I want you to do, we're going to make it dead easy for you, because what we're going to do in training is we're just going to work on... Line, yeah, but clear lines, who you're marking, or zone or whatever, and it's going to be made very easy for you. All you need to do is put your head on it or put your foot through it, and you know your job. And what we've seen recently is, and we've seen it the weekend at Southampton, is players going, well, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing that? I think what he does is he just goes, right, this is your job. Make sure they know their job. The next one, this is your job. Next one, this is your job. But then when he's saying that, he's saying, and that's it, that's his job. So you do your job. And I think he makes it very easy for them. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not something that is going to win you anything. But that's what it's not here for that. He's not here to win his stuff. He's to get us out the shit. Because what I see at the moment, and I think this is where the break is between fans, is you've got fans here going, listen, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as what everyone seems. We're only a third into the season. We've got Coleman, Balassi, Barkley to come back. We've got the January window coming up. So they look at it like that and go, it's not as bad. We'll get someone in who's a good manager who can take us forward. And for me, I want Dyche, and I still want Dyche. And I've because I think he's the right man to get us out of this and take us forward. But then there's the other people who will go, well, hang on, no, we're in this shit, and let's think safety first. Let's not even pretend we're not in the shit. Let's get out the shit, and then we reassess it in the summer. And I'm in that camp in a way, because for me the most important thing is stay in the Premier League. This season's gone. We're not going to win anything. We're not going to win anything.
FA Cup.
All right. Well, that'll bring me on to something else in a minute. But if we finish sixth we finished 8th or we finished 15th, there's very little difference, is there? Financially there's a little
prestige, though.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean. You're not winning anything for it.
No.
You're comfortable up there, but you're not winning anything.
No.
So it really doesn't make a difference. It's all about just getting out of the shit, and that's for me what we need to do.
No, we do, because look, I think I said it on a different video, was that we're all probably guilty of it. We're probably guilty of it. Other people will be guilty of it. We had a good season last season. For 15 years, 11, 12 times Everton have been in the top 8, higher than 8, 7, 6, 5. But we had 2 poor seasons under Martinez where Moyes' team was coming to the end and he had his players and it was a shit show. And last season, probably because of Barkley and Lukaku, we finished 7th, and we spent a lot of money. I think we all thought we'll be close, we'll be able to chase them down. But what we haven't done is made sure we're the 7th best team in the country. Now,
foundations.
If you look, the 6 above us won't generally finish lower.
No.
At this moment, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool, put Arsenal
in this cycle.
The cycle at the minute, at the minute, they will probably take the top 6. If we'd have built properly, we could have challenged that. Of course, we could, because we were so far ahead of everyone else below us. But we haven't kind of cemented ourselves into that 7. So we know, and in general, people doing the punditry and all that look and go, they're the top 7. They are the top 7, with Everton being the 7th, and then everyone else is trying to get closer to Everton. We hadn't done that. I know a few people said it, but others were like, well, you've lost Lukaku now, so that's going to be vulnerable. They could drop down to 10th. Yeah, but if we'd have cemented that, if we'd have gone 7th and this season 7th again, by next summer people would have gone, couple of signings, Everton will be challenging for that top 4 place. Now they might finish 7th, but they'll be a bit closer to it.
That's an interesting point, that, and I think that goes back to the simple fact that Koeman was only ever sticking around for 3 years. So everything was in a hurry to get there.
Yeah.
And Mashiri bought into that, and that's why we do need a long-term manager.
We do.
So that manager goes, this is a 5-year plan. This is not a 3-year plan. So for 3 of those 5 years, we stick at 7th place.
7th,
We get 7th place, and then maybe in the 4th year we try and go up again, and then that.
We all want it fast.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
Because we're starved of anything.
Yeah.
But if we were to win by hook or by crook the FA Cup, that takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
Well, this goes back to what I was just about to say with
sorry,
the FA Cup. Well, I wanted to say that. You want later. It's about the FA Cup. It's because, right, whether you like this or you don't like it, right, this man will do no different to what Joe Royle did when he came in at Everton Football Club. Joe Royle's first game, 4 at the back, a left back playing left midfield, let's not forget that, Andy Hinchcliffe, and 3 dogs, as they were described, playing in centre midfield. A big striker and a little striker. He will do no different. The difference is, one was an Everton man, legend Everton man, right? And that's what he did, and he got his wins. And then and then it evolved, and it got better and better and better. The team grew in confidence. He brought Limpard back into the side. He bought Andre Kanchelskis, and the side evolved into for a small time a very, very good football team. Only for a small time, unfortunately. But that's how Joe Royle started. Yeah, but that's how Joe Royle started.
He wouldn't have had to sell Kanchelskis, or he bought Nick fucking Barmby.
God, what a revelation that was!
Why did we buy Barmby? No point buying him. We had Kanchelskis. Fucking bought Barmby.
Who was the director as well? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
But that's the point, though, isn't it? Joe Royle came in. He identified what the problem was and just said, "I'm solving it. I'm going to make us competitive in midfield. I'm going to have left." He said, "I'm going to have." Well, basically, he brought on the Inchcliffe in because of his set pieces.
Yeah, just because he could kick a ball.
Because his set pieces were brilliant. So he brought him in, and that's how we got.
I think
we won games because
I was
of
going
that.
to say he's a bit like Joe. And Joe's obviously smooth.
Well, they both have big before that.
But Joe's like smooth.
Of course,
he's a lovely fella, and you know, I don't know Sam Allardyce, but he wouldn't have been on my Christmas card list because he just winds it up as an opposition manager, doesn't he? But he is direct and stuff like that. Now, people can sit there. Did you honestly love watching Roberto Martinez's Everton in the last 2 seasons? Did you? I didn't. I was bored off me box watching it. You know, it was so boring. Pass it, slow. Or do we like direct football more? Everything happening in and around the penalty area. You know, now we can become snobbish and go, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see me fullbacks whacking it up. But I'd rather see that than us passing around there at the back. I'd rather see knocked up, knocked down, shot at goal. But the other thing I want to see more than anything at the moment is winning football, because we're in such a position at the moment where we're spinning plates, and we're spinning plates because we're trying to keep a stadium dream going, and we're trying to, and that has to be ultimately Premier League football. Now, if we got to the summer with him, finished 10th for argument's sake, right, 10th, 11th summer, and we were like, oh no, thank God for that, you know, we got him in and he stabilised it. And in the summer we go, listen, he's available now, we can get him. And we say to Sam, thanks very, I don't know if it's going to be that easy, but if it was, and then someone came in like Marco Silva or Fonseca or pie in the sky, Diego Simeone, I think we'd all take that, because they'd come in with, hopefully then, with a vision to take it on. But we are at this moment, it's December on Friday, and we are in trouble if we don't start winning football matches very, very quickly.
No, but that's the top and bottom of it. The top and bottom of it, you can be.
I'm not delighted.
I'm not delighted. I've read a lot of stuff on Twitter and stuff where people having meltdowns over this man being in charge. You know, listen, he can do a job and then he can leave the club in the summer. He's not stupid. He walks into it with his eyes open. He wants a 3-year contract or whatever. You know, he walks in and goes, "This is what I want." The club go, "Alright, well, we'll give you what you want," and then they're like, "We'll get rid of you in the summer." It's going to cost us an absolute fortune. But Koeman cost us an absolute fortune.
Yeah, but it's going to cost us more of a fortune if we go down.
It's going to cost us everything if we go down. People got to remember that. And what we need to do as well is, we want to be in a position, or certainly I want to be in a position where come March time, I don't want to be worrying about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be worrying.
I want to be looking, going, if we win them 2, we can get the top 10. Exactly. That kind of, you know, or higher. You know, that's what we want.
That's what we want. We want to be in a position where we get to March, and we know, you're looking at it and thinking,
sure,
couple more wins and it's done, or whatever, and we're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and it's all good. Do you know what I mean? That's what you want to be thinking. You don't want to have that worry, because it's not nice. Just what we've been experiencing over the last few weeks is not nice, and
players don't perform then when you're under.
And there's pressure everywhere, and then the club have to start making decisions and all kinds of things like sponsorship deals and all that you're looking to sign for the next season. They start getting, you know, and everyone's on edge, and you know, even just, I don't know, just your normal life, and just being, you know, you're going to be a horrible bastard, aren't you? If you know, because that's the way it is. Listen, for me, it's a no-brainer. We needed a manager who could get us out of trouble, and he is a leading candidate.
See, the way I look at it, listen, I don't, it wouldn't be my choice, given with everything being equal. I'd rather have him over Martin O'Neill, say that any day of the week. But the other thing that we've just got to very quickly touch on is that there isn't anyone totally outstanding who's screaming at us. Tuchel, I love Tuchel, I'd wanted us to get him. There must be a reason why we've not gone for him. And he's a gamble coming in the middle of the season into a league he doesn't know. Marco Silva, people are like, we should have persisted with him. There was nowhere for us to go with that. Yeah. We'll probably get done anyway on it, or certainly reported, so we have to be careful with that. Dyche is one. I have to say, the Dyche one really puzzles me. Really puzzles me, because I just think he's not sexy enough for Moshiri, and that can be the only... I think if Ken Knight's in charge, Dyche should be the Everton manager, and would have been within a couple of days. And especially when... And they're doing so well. Especially when it seems, when you listen to people in football, that he seems like he wanted to talk to us, to speak to us about it. Because someone like Dyche, none of the top six are ever gonna get him. Not at this point, he's not going to jump on Burnley. They've all seen what happened to Moyes basically at Man United as well. They're not going to give. So he needs that platform of a club like Everton to do it. But he's to me, he's the only one. Fonseca was mentioned. He's a sexy like Marco Silva type, but he's got questions. Never managed in England. Would you put him into a relegation battle where he doesn't know the league or the players? Marco Silva would have been nice, couldn't get him. So for me, I know people are going, I've seen a couple of tweets with it's a big world out there, there's lots of managers. Imagine if we'd have gone and got someone from Italy, they said, he's got a great reputation, he comes in, doesn't speak the language, and we just balls it up. The club will probably get destroyed for that. The thing is, I do understand. He's not my choice. No, he's not my choice. And I hope in the summer we've got doing something different. And it would be nice to, if you've got hindsight and you go, well, let's go and get this fella like Marco Silva when he went to Hull, and then they do well. But don't forget, Marco Silva ultimately took Hull down. Okay, it wasn't his fault, but ultimately he didn't save them. And that's what you've got to remember. He's won 12 games in English football. I know, but what I'm saying is... in 11 months. What I'm saying is that it's great saying, well, we could go and get this fella and that fella. But ultimately, it's fine when it's someone else's club, but when it's actually your club and it's happening to you, I'm not saying Allardyce is 100%. No. But I do feel like he knows, and he's been watching, and he's been studying, and he's been looking around. We are only a couple of wins away from being in the top half, but a couple of wins away, to me at the moment, are a million miles away because of the way we defend. But I that's what I'm saying. I look at Everton and I see good players there. Don't see a good team. I see a horrendous team. But that's the key, the team. I look at those players and go, there's a lot of good footballers there in that squad, but as a team, they are shocking. And if he can get them into a team, it'll be twofold. We'll have a team, and then their ability will shine through. I just think Everton need organising. I think really need organising by someone. Maybe David Unsworth. He's gone in at the wrong time anyway. He's gone in, he's the caretaker first and foremost. He's unzied around the training ground and all that. But also, he might have gone in with this attacking mentality. I like to play on the front foot and all that. That's great. But I think probably what we need is someone who's boring with the players and goes, no, we'll do that. We'll defend that corner again. And we'll defend that corner. Like Moyes used to be. I think the other thing with him as well, and this might be good for some people and not good for others, and it's not, I don't really like it. But he'll come in and suddenly you'll find players who you don't like or you don't think up to it, and he'll give them a job to do. Let's say someone like Cuco Martina, right? It wouldn't surprise me if he came in and he was like, he put him at right back, but he gave him a job to do, and it was like and suddenly you seen him start to play better because he was doing what he was doing, or it was like three at the back and he was playing wing back and he was doing that job that he was asked to do. And you might find suddenly, I don't know, Sneijderlin's asked to do one particular job and suddenly he comes alive because he's doing that job. Whoever, Vlasic or Sigurdsson or whoever, they're asked to do certain jobs, and that might mean that other players that we do like suddenly find themselves out the side. But that's just life. That's just football. We want to win games, and as I said, we're not sitting here, with the party hats on or anything, but
we've got to get real about the situation.
Look, realistically, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's in the dugout at the moment. What matters is what's on the pitch and how to perform. We need to win games and get up that league, and once we get to 40 points, then we can breathe a little bit, because I think this year it'll be 34, 36 points that you stay up with, because there's a lot of poor sides in the league, and that comforts me the other way, thinking, well, if we knock a few of these teams out the way, we're going to be top half anyway. We get to the summer, and then the choice in the summer. See, Koeman, to me, people can go back and look at the videos before we got Koeman. I was never a fan, because he hadn't convinced me at Southampton. However, he did really well for us last season, so I'm not going to go, wow, see. I just didn't have the feeling he was... I think probably because he come in and then the Barcelona thing was always there, so I always thought, he's not even staying around anyway. Do you know what I mean? So we need to think in this summer, if to change manager, who's going to be in place for a few years, because it's no good spending money and then getting into your manager, next one comes in and all of a sudden you go, well, I don't like you, and I don't like you, and I don't like you, but I want him in, and then we need someone in, and I suppose this is what the director of football was supposed to to alleviate that. But to me, just let's get us to the summer, or let's make sure that in the summer we're having the conversation of, right, what are we doing next for the Premier League next season? Do you know what I mean? And not the Championship. They've had to make a decision. They've made it. I personally feel it was the right decision to remove Ronald Koeman. I think it was the wrong decision to not have a bloody clue who they thought was going to replace him, and they've left it. Now this behaviour got us into trouble in '94, leaving Jimmy Gabriel in charge for 7 games and we lost 6 of them. And that was ultimately what put us in the shit. 1 or 2 wins out of them 6, we were nowhere near it. Do you know what I mean? It nearly cost us, and hopefully...
But that's it, now we're going into a spell of games now where it's game, and if you're not playing well and you're not organised, you're losing all those games. You're losing all of those.
We've played Leicester, Southampton and Watford in the last 3 league games, and Palace, and we've won 1 of them. Won 1, drawn 1, lost 2. Now, Everton last season probably would have won all 4 of them, or certainly would have won a couple of them, drawn 1, lost 1 maybe. So that's what you do. Is organisation. Might have got us a point at Leicester, might have got us a point at Southampton, and you go, a point, but we haven't lost to those 2 teams.
Well, what I would say is that if he'd been put in charge, let's just say, instead of Unsworth, he would have gone to Leicester.
Definitely wouldn't.
Absolute guaranteed, and gone. We're going for a clean sheet today.
Yeah.
We're not going for a win. We're going for a clean sheet, and that's maybe not what we wanted. But when you think back, if you could turn back the clock and say to Unsworth, go to Leicester, get a point, get a clean sheet. It's all about a clean sheet today. Nothing else matters. Because then you take that into the next game and you say to the next game, we're getting a clean sheet, but we're scoring today. And then you go to the Palace and you do the same thing. You go to Southampton, you say, we're getting a clean sheet. If we score,
great.
But we're getting a clean sheet today. That's all that matters, because that's what will take us forward. Nothing else matters.
No.
If you have to score 3 goals in a game to win a game, you're not winning many games. No. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Not a chance.
So that's the difference for me with him. And with Unsworth, obviously, listen, he's an Evertonian, wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's
handled himself unbelievably.
He's been brilliant. But that's the difference, though, between someone like him and someone like Unsworth, and maybe some other managers. He comes in and he goes, "We're getting a clean sheet today." That's not.
And maybe that's something David Unsworth will learn. Maybe when he's already said, "I've learned it's different. It's no coaching manual."
Because David Unsworth comes in as a manager, and all he wants is the best for Everton.
Yeah,
it's all here. It's all this, isn't it? It's all this. That's all he wants. So he says, "Well, I'm an Evertonian. I want us to win." But that's not football. That's not how football works, because it's not. Because
to be fair, it's how it's worked at the 23s for him. It's being able to switch that up. Then
I understand that, but that's not how it works in real football.
No,
you have to. It's all about.
It's
all about clean sheet. It's all about. Look at Liverpool. They've got, look at the attacking lineup they've got. It's brilliant.
And yet the 6th,
or
5th, whatever.
Do you know what I mean?
6th,
that's
the most basic thing.
Look at Man United. People call them boring, but Mourinho is like
2nd.
It's this,
Chelsea.
It's all about getting a clean
defenses
sheet.
Wing, whether you like it or not. Defenses win your league.
Look at Sunday's game at Southampton. Look at the goal Sigurdsson scores. You know what I mean? If we've got a clean sheet and we've got players capable of doing things like that, then if the defenders are doing their job and the attackers suddenly, with Niasse, you always feel like you've got a chance. If Sigurdsson starts playing well, if Rooney can start doing things, if Barkley and then you've got a chance. But if you can keep a clean sheet, then
Moyes was built on it.
Exactly.
Moyes is Everton, whether you liked it or not, and people always rewrite Moyes' time, and some of it was dire, don't get me wrong. I fell out of love with him well before the end, but I could accept he was a good manager. And ironically, his last season he played some amazing football. But a lot of years we didn't score a lot of goals. We were always 5th or 6th because defensively we didn't concede a lot. Because he knew if you get a clean sheet, you're not losing.
And the mad thing is, that's why he failed at Man United, because he didn't take that with him.
Yeah.
He didn't take that ethos where Mourinho went in there.
He started to he almost done what Unzi's done here.
He started to do something he's not. Whereas Mourinho has got the personality to go to Man United and go, no, this is how we're going to play. I'm Mourinho, and that's the end of it. We're going to go to our opposition and not try and concede. So that's the top managers do that, and that's what he'll do. You know, don't forget, this is a fella who came to Goodison with Sunderland, got beat 6-2. And then when we played them the second time in the season, they beat us 3-0. Very, very comfortable. We never really did anything against them. They battered us.
He's come down to Goodison and beat us 4-0 at Bolton. When he had them Bolton Wanderers who had 8 Premier League stars.
If we stopped conceding goals and got organised, and that was our number one remit in the game, then we would shoot up that table. Because we've got the quality at the other end to score goals. And whether you like it or you don't like it, that's what he'll try and do. His number one thing is stop conceding. And if we stop conceding goals, we'll win games of football. It's as simple as that. So
it's not great and it's horrible to.
It's more
feel
horrible
as though you're writing the season off in November. But ultimately, I mean, listen,
we're not writing it off.
He's the kind of manager you could see having a good cup run because the way he gets it organised.
I'd love to write the season off. Do you know what I mean? The season isn't written off because of where we are.
No,
do you know what I mean?
What I meant was, I'm thinking, me personally, is thinking, like, just get us safe and let's just address this in the summer. Let's reevaluate. Let's make Everton win the 7th.
This is a smaller thing and a bigger thing. The season as a whole, it will have to be. The lessons will have to be learned from what went wrong. The opportunity that was missed. Because I don't worry about the money that was spent, because the money will be there again next summer because of the Premier League. It's the opportunity that we missed, and we missed a huge opportunity.
Massive.
And now we've sort of gone diving back into the bunch again when we were miles above the bunch. We were looking to get into the next group.
If we'd have bought 2 good if we'd have bought the positions we all know, we'd have been there now. But
so we all have to eat a little bit of humble pie. We all have to,
we'd have to reevaluate. Go right, okay, this has been a bit of a shit show. But you know what? He could come in, like you've just said quite rightly. We're not that far away from 8th. Watford we beat Watford the other week. We'd have won at the weekend. It's like 4 or 5 points. Not now because they won and we lost, but a couple of wins and you're back in the top 8. But like you've just said, at this moment today, sitting here, a couple of wins seems a massive deal. And Saturday night we could be sat there on 18 points in 9th place or something, or 10 going. One more win and we're 8th,
but you've got to keep that going
as
well.
You've got enough momentum, of course, it is, and it's like the age-old thing. But the game's coming up now, with the Newcastle game, the Swansea game. If we took the points that we could do out of those games, we'd roughly have what we had at Christmas last year, which is bizarre.
And in those games, if you keep clean sheets in those games, you're going to win them.
Chances are
you're going to win them. Do you know what I mean? You're going to win them because. They're the kind of teams and they're the kind of teams as well that you should be getting clean sheets against. So the opportunities are coming up that you can start galvanising. It's not easy when a manager comes in, like almost like the beginning of the season, where you've got all the teams at once, all the big teams. That was a factor in the season as well. The fact that we had to play all those teams.
Europa League and all those teams. Yeah.
So if you're going in and you're setting a system out. And you are playing teams that are struggling to score goals. Look at Sunday against Southampton. If we'd had an idea of keeping a clean sheet and a way, it would have been a lot easier against the Southampton who hadn't scored any goals. And you take that, and that's confidence, and everyone's getting. So if we've got games coming up where you go, well, there's a good chance they don't score many goals, so that's a good chance to start the plan. Okay, Liverpool's and the Chelsea's, it's different.
Yeah,
but they're good games to build. I know, because we've got a lot of games coming up as well. Okay, it means less time on the training pitch, but there's more opportunities to practice what's getting taught on the pitch. And if it works, then it's like bang, 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 bang. Listen, it won't be entertaining for a while. Whatever, but you know what?
Hang on, is it entertaining anyway?
Exactly, it's shit. So it's not entertaining; it's crap. It hasn't been entertaining for a long time.
For months,
you know.
And I mean, I don't even just include this season.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a nice little.
There was a lovely little packet in the middle.
Yeah, there was
of home games.
There was a nice little of home games. So all the home games. So that's it. What? Let's say late December to May. Most of it at home was sound. But apart from that, for the last 3 years, it's been crap.
Yeah.
You know, apart from obviously Martinez's first season. So there we have it.
Listen, just let's. Yeah.
We've spun the dice or whatever. We've threw the dice. Roll the dice, whatever, and we'll see.
And we've ended up with Allardyce, see the link.
Allardyce.
We've rolled Allah.
Let's just
dice. Yeah.
Let's just stop. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on Sam Allardyce. I'm sure it'll be quite split on this decision. But ultimately, listen, if he keeps us in the Premier League, then
job done.
It's job done, innit? Job done. Pints of wine all round, or Ribena.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll go from there. If you haven't subbed already, please do click the bell for alerts, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. We'll see you later.